Welcome back to the Full Spectrum Show. Today we have some awesome news in the gaming world. So let's get right into it. The Steam Deck is going to be released on the 25th of February. That's really soon, really exciting. I can't wait to have some PC gaming on the go. This thing looks amazing. I mean, it's basically the power of an Xbox One in the palm of your hands. And that is, oh yeah, very, very, very exciting. Its actual shipping, though, will be on the 28th, just a few days later after the actual release. But very exciting overall. Cannot wait to see the first units come out and the first reviews to see really what people can expect from these things. And I think it's going to be really awesome. They look like the to-go console of the future. And going off of the whims of Valve, we got a new Half-Life 2 UI that's being quietly redesigned, and it does look quite a bit nicer. I do believe that this is most likely for the Steam Deck. But, and of course, you know, it really helps 4K users too, because playing in 4K usually makes everything ridiculously small and tiny. But either way, this is really exciting. I'm still have my fingers crossed. I know this is an ongoing meme now, but Half-Life 3, baby. I mean, we left off on the Borealis ship, and it had Aperture Science crates on it. I cannot wait. I'm just thinking to myself, like, a Half-Life 3 combat puzzle game with portals and all the other physics-oriented stuff that we know and love from the previous Half-Life series. I mean, how awesome would that be? Will it ever get released? Something that big and that ambitious, and with Steam's, and, well, not specifically Steam's, but Valve's track record of releasing games that are just, to the point, so good. They just won't push out something that's not finished, which is rare in today's market, as we see with so many games, Vanguard, Battlefield. It just is. It seems like the thing to do is release games when they're not actually out. Cyberpunk, it's just when they're not ready. Oh, it's frustrating, but I'm really excited. Still have my fingers crossed for that Half-Life 3. But on other gaming news that we do have around the corner is Crysis 4 had a little teaser trailer. It didn't really show too much from the actual game, but this is exciting. I do wonder, though, if there's going to be any backlash from what they've been doing to modders in the previous Crysis games. I do really enjoy the Crysis series, though. I think that the first and the third were definitely probably my favorites. Second was okay. I didn't have any major problems with it. It just was more of a console port in my mind than anything else. Crysis 3 kind of bridged the gap in my mind between both of them, a console and a PC game. And the first one was pure PC bliss when it came out. And pretty excited to see what they're going to do with Crysis 4. Do you think it's going to be suited much more for PC games and really can it run Crysis, though, settings into the upper echelons of gaming history? Or is this going to be a middle ground again, like Crysis 3? Or do you think they're going to mostly lean into, kind of like they did with Crysis 2, making this a console-specific game? I really, really want to melt some PCs, so my vote is for definitely going to can it run Crysis, though. But we will only have to see in time. Maybe they can do both. We will find out. Next, we have a bunch of new Star Wars games coming out from EA and other people as well. From EA, though, we do have a shooter that has been confirmed to be a first-person shooter. And, of course, we have the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, so those are going to be great as well. And it sounds like we're getting a strategy game on top of that all. A strategy Star Wars game does sound quite entertaining, so that is really interesting to me. I'd like to see that one, although I have no high hopes for EA, but I do have to say that Jedi Fallen Order was a great game, so if they can keep up to that degree, then I think they will be okay. Further on, it looks like EA no longer holds the exclusive license for Star Wars games on console and PC, which means that other companies are going to be taking the realms of that, or the reins, I should say. The realms and the reins. This new open world Star Wars game is being developed by Ubisoft, so that should be interesting. And Zynga, sorry if I mispronounced that company's name, is making a free-to-play shooter called Star Wars Hunters. So a couple shooters from the Star Wars series, so that's going to be really interesting, and an open world game. But I think what most people are excited for, at least for me, is a Knights of the Old Republic remake. And this is going to be for PlayStation 5 and PC from Aspyr Media. Now that is exciting. So happy it's coming to PC. Lucky for those Sony guys, any media that owns the PlayStation. I'm glad that you guys are getting some exclusives too, especially with everything that's been going on with Microsoft. Just keep sharing them with PC and we won't have a problem. This has been the Full Spectrum. Thanks for coming on, and this has been a little snippet of news in the gaming realm. Like and subscribe for more. I really appreciate it.